hiru, good ban, good asa, or good yoru, complete strangers. So before I was rudely interrupted... Yeah, I still have nightmares too. Anyways, I decided to spend an entire segment on controllers. Piss off.
You piss off. Nobody wants to hear about your stupid gaming controllers. Why don't you go talk about something people want to see? Like another troll.
Oh, God. So controllers are the things that gamers use in order to control games. I'm a review dart. But for each console that's released, developers notice how much innovation can truly be added to a controller to make gaming much easier. Or in short, what is this? So let's backtrack a bit to better make sense by starting with the first controller anybody cares about, the Commodore 16 controller. It's a keyboard. Okay, fine, the NES controller. Now, I don't actually have one of these controllers, but I did get my fill of the NES. It's really not that complicated. You got your A button, your B button, your D-pad, start, select... Select? Select? Okay, fine, it's your controller, but... Select? What the fuck does select do? Oh, I see, it sometimes selects things on the menu. You know... like a start button does. What? Just move on. The Genesis controller! Again, I don't actually have this controller on me, but I did get all of its functionality straight. So shut up! I suppose the idea was to give gamers a much more comfortable handle on the controller. I mean, have you seen the NES controller? It looks like a painted chocolate bar. You wouldn't fight a hippo with a rolled up newspaper, and you wouldn't play Super Mario Bros. 3 with a fucking chocolate bar! As for the Genesis controls, they're really simple, which I like. It's much better for a controller to have a really simple setup. That way the gamer feels confident in their actions.
Jetzt geht's los! Jetzt geht's los!
The Super NES! Okay, now this controller I actually do have. Where is that thing? Ah! Here it is. Yes, sirree, I've got it right here. Totally real. 125% real. No doubt about it. So handle-wise, this is a much bigger improvement from the NES controller. However, the button order is a little weird. Think about what Nintendo controllers look like nowadays. The A button's the most prominent thing you see on the controller. It's just sitting there like, I'm the king, bitch. But the SNES controller has all the buttons off to the side. And I'm a man/cartoon that usually plays games on this. Fucking this. And you know what's the most common button on this? This. Fucking this. So maybe it's just my problem, but this weird arrangement of buttons always tripped me up whenever I was playing on the SNES. Oh yeah, and this controller introduced trigger buttons. It's so incredible! Nintendo 64! Controller. Now here's where I can say that I have this controller. But I kind of wish I didn't.
See, this was around the time where 3D gaming was coming into play, where games no longer had to be just side-scrollers, or... So with this extra dimension, games needed to have an analog stick, or else controls would just feel clunky.
Do you hear me, PS1 controller? Your day will come! But of course, with the extra dimension going into Nintendo's head, they then decided to also have a meeting about it, which looked a little something like this.
We're going to need a new controller for our N64 console. Well, I've got this stick of butter. Is that doing anything for you? Wait just a moment, I have an idea. Oh, Tintin, should I plug my ears? How about we put on an analog stick? I go into your house at night and lick everything that you touch. Well, let's also put on a D-pad and give it its own handle. But wouldn't that only work if you had 3 hands? Yes? Righto then, you wanna go play Wii Fit? No!
Resulting in... this! I mean, what? This This is one of the most awkwardest things to hold in gaming. Thank Cracker Jack, the Nintendo 64 was basically a classic producing monster. Although I suppose that we also owe a lot of that to the great Rare company. Thank Wigadoo that Rare retired before it started sucking. The hell was that? Oh, also, good day, complete strangers. I'm an expert.